What if I told you that the key to mastering your anxiety and depression is something that you already do daily, and that's breathing? In this video, I'm going to teach you how to master your breath work so that you can reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression in as little as 60 seconds or less. Breathing is something that we do constantly, whether we're thinking about it or not. But the cool thing about breathing is that it's both involuntary and voluntary, meaning we can control the pace and the depth of our breathing and elicit certain responses. A lot of people are walking around day to day with very shallow breathing, and shallow breathing is actually associated with anxiety and stress. So if you are constantly breathing up here in your neck and in your shoulders, then you're not going to be promoting the calm, relaxed state that you need in order to handle your anxiety and depression. Our bodies are constantly in a battle between being in a parasympathetic state where you're resting and digesting, and also in a sympathetic state where you're having that fight or flight response. You feel stressed and anxious. Both states are good for certain reasons, but if you are constantly in that sympathetic nervous system state, then you're going to feel those symptoms of anxiety and depression more often than not. What we want you to do is be more in that parasympathetic state as much as possible just throughout your day-to-day life. One of the best ways to tap into this rest and digest response is going into deep diaphragmatic breathing, in which you are taking 10 deep breaths with a 4-second inhale and a 4-second exhale. When you go into your inhale, I want you to inhale through your nose, allowing your belly to fill up with as much air as possible. And after that, I want you to go into a slow exhale where you're exhaling for 4 seconds. Repeating this for 10 deep breaths is going to help you tap into that rest and digest state where you're going to feel much more relaxed, less anxious, and less depressed. This form of breathing is excellent at helping us quiet the amygdala, the part of the brain that is responsible for stress and fear, and helps us tap more into the frontal lobe of our brain, which is responsible for logic. You can feel the effects almost immediately. Your blood pressure lowers, your heart rate lowers, your overall sense of well-being improves. You feel more relaxed and at ease. Through continuous practice of this deep diaphragmatic breathing, you are able to increase your heart rate variability, which is strongly associated with lowering symptoms of depression. So whenever you feel like you are becoming stressed, anxious, depressed, tap into this breathwork technique and see how you can go from being in that sympathetic fight or flight response and go into that parasympathetic rest, digest, feel at ease response.